We're speaking to Senior Advocate SFA Naqvi, who was appearing in the Allahabad High Court for the Masjid Committee in the Gyanvapi Mosque case. So thank you very much for speaking to India today. There was a stay order, a status quo order by the Supreme Court till 5 p.m. on Wednesday, and there was a very short hearing in the Allahabad High Court today. Could we get a sense of what is it that the Masjid Committee has raised in its petition before the High Court? Why is there an objection to the ASI survey?
The objection to ASI survey is basically on three grounds. Firstly, that ASI had got no jurisdiction to participate at this stage unless and until either it is a party in the suit or it joins the suit by impleadment. Impleadment means by moving an application that I should also be made a party. In both the cases, they have not done anything in this regard. And they are neither being impleaded nor being invited by the court, nor they have moved any application to be part of the...
But sir, the petitioners, the devotees have moved an application seeking a survey of the area. Is that the petition that is before the court?
Their application is not maintainable at this stage because the suit had been filed in 2021. They have moved an application in 2023 in the month of May asking that we have got no evidence. That is why ASI may be asked to collect evidence in this regard. In this manner, several issues had been given by them so that we may prove our case. It is not the liability of the court to collect evidence on behalf of a party litigating in a suit. It is the responsibility of the party concerned to provide evidence, to prove its case before the court, and then the court will pass the final judgment. In this case, neither the issues had been framed nor any other pleadings. Even pleadings are incomplete. Some pleadings had been exchanged, but it is still incomplete. In that circumstances, how the district judge came to the conclusion that he is unable to decide the case, and that is why he is asking for scientific survey. That stage will arrive after exchange of evidence, after hearing both the sides, collecting evidence of both the sides. Then only this stage will come that district judge or the court concerned who is trying the case that can say that, look here, whatever evidence has been brought on record, I am unable to decipher the correct facts, the correct situation or truth.
So, sir, if I may ask this as a clarification, at some stage of the trial, the court can in fact ask for a survey to look at the scientific evidence. So why object to that very survey being done in the initial stage of the trial? What is the legal ground of objection to say? Because the Hindu petitioners are saying that there is evidence of artifacts under the, as well as something is buried under the Tehkhana. Then why not have a survey in the first place?
Yeah, just now you have said that the Hindu party had said that artifacts are there. What are those artifacts? Have they specified that these are the artifacts which are lying there? I have got the evidence that they are lying there. They are saying that artifacts are there. ASI should go there and find those artifacts and bring before the court, and then that will be our evidence. So whether that can be done? Is it possible in this situation that a party is to be provided the evidence for his own facilitation, for his cause, for his... Sorry.
So you're effectively, sir, you're saying that the petitioners cannot ask for an ASI survey till they have brought some evidence of their own. Is that what what the argument is?
Yes. You have rightly said that they have said that artifacts are there, which are prime evidence for them, but that is not with them. That should be collected by ASI. There are hundreds of cases from High Courts to Supreme Court that courts cannot collect evidence on behalf of a litigant. It is the duty of the litigant to provide evidence to prove his case. In the present case also, if they have got no evidence, that is why they are coming before the High Court, before the District Court, that ASI be involved. And secondly, how ASI comes into picture. ASI is not an agency to provide evidence, to collect evidence for a party concerned. ASI is to protect the buildings who are archaeological valuable properties. They are not there to collect evidence for a party concern. Their mandate is to protect the archaeological monuments and other properties like these, like old coins or old heritage buildings, etc. They are not there to collect evidence for a party.
Okay, so if I may ask, what exactly were the arguments raised in the court today, and what are we expecting tomorrow? Because your arguments are set to continue at 9 a.m. tomorrow, I believe.
The whatever I have told you just now, that is my brief. In brief, I have summarized my argument, what I have stated before the court. That will continue tomorrow.
But sir, yesterday when the Supreme Court hearing was going on, Senior Advocate Huzaifa Ahmadi, who was appearing on behalf of your client, also raised the issue of digging at the particular site. Is there any objection to the type of tests that the ASI is doing? Is there any objection that you've raised with regard to the excavation of that site? Because that is part of the ASI's mandate.
Certainly. That cannot be done. Again, the same situation, same thing will come to your will come, that the parties cannot be allowed to get collected evidence through the court. It is their liability to provide evidence. It is not the liability of the court. The courts are not liable to collect evidence for them. In the case,
so
if the
is there an objection to the excavation by the ASI, or is there an objection to the survey at all?
Certainly, excavation for there, that is objection, because it is an old building. It is 100 years and hundreds of 500 years, 600 or 100 year old building. Once the excavation will start, it may be demolished. In that situation, who will be held responsible for doing that tragedy? What happened to the Babri Masjid? The same fate will arrive. Same fate to this monument will also arrive. And moreover,
is that a fear that the Masjid committee has, that what happened to Babri Masjid will happen here?
Maybe. I can't say that it is. I can't say that it will happen, but there is a possibility, because it is an old building, about 600 years, 700 years old building. Anything can happen. Is there any guarantee by any of the parties, either the ASI or the person concerned who had moved the application to do the ASI survey, that this building will not come to ground if excavation takes place?
But sir, the court has passed specific directions that care must be taken that there should be no damage to the existing structure. Sir, can you hear me?
What you have asked?
Sir, the court in its order, the district judge in his order, has specifically given directions that there should be no damage to the existing structure during these tests by the ASI.
If the damage is done, then who will be responsible? The district judge or the ASI? Had the district judge got any guarantee from any of the parties that this eventuality will not happen, by saying that, look here, take care that this may not happen. In each and every case, when the doctor goes for operation, there is a possibility that the patient may survive, patient may not survive. In the present case also, it is just an operation. And can the ASI was never asked by the court concerned that, look here, this is the proposal. They have came out with this proposal. Are you ready to do this thing? Can you provide safely any Can you provide the guarantee for safety of the structure? There is no such guarantee.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
and why this guarantee is not there? Because ASI is not a party. If Archaeological Survey of India was not a party, and district judge had directed them directly to do these things, so many things.
Okay.
And the ASI reached the spot on the next day, just on the next day, as if they were peeping from some hole. That as and when this order will be passed, they will be present there. 30-member team, more than 30 members team is there on 23rd.
So are you saying this was something political? Are you saying that this was a political move?
That is up to you to conclude anything. I can say, because that connection is also very impossible, nearly impossible to gather. Only a journalist like you can collect this evidence.
So, sir, just as a last question, if I may ask, what are we expecting from the hearing tomorrow? Because the Supreme Court's deadline is till 5 p.m. on Wednesday.
Tomorrow, I will continue my arguments till lunch. We have got time till lunch. If the argument will conclude, then the court will do whatever.
So are you hoping now that the High Court will extend the stay that was granted by the Supreme Court?
If hearing will not be completed, then certainly the interim order is to be extended.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Naqvi, for speaking to India Today.
Thank you.